Hello guys, Hunter here and welcome back to our Build Ideas series. It feels like we haven't been here in a hell of a long time. It feels like a long time since I recorded in this world. Now today we're looking at building ourselves a nice little hut. Now it's a hut, it's going to be sort of like near the woods, and it's going to be sort of place where you might have hunters living. Just because the name plays a little pun, I thought it was pretty cool. And this is going to be made out of all the different types of wood you can see here. Now, this is a request by Rocky2850. Now, this guy definitely deserves his build to be made because he is always liking my videos, always watching them. He's a great supporter of mine. So I definitely had to go and make this build for him. And if you want your builds to be included, by all means, make sure you check back on Twitter and comment on this video so that your build can be made in this series. Now, you might be noticing that this is moving at a bit of a quicker pace than it usually does. That is because I messed up. I recorded this video, and you might have seen on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, that I basically recorded 2 videos this morning and it didn't record the audio, and I was absolutely gutted because this was a really cool build, and it's only the start of the build, so it's not all of it we've missed out on. But as you can see, I've really put some effort into this build and I've made it with a lot of different designs. It looks really cool, and the audio didn't record because my microphone was muted. Now, I don't ever remember muting my microphone, but that's what happened. So I lost this and a parkour video, but hopefully I'll re-record the parkour video and we'll be able to get that out to you guys. And yeah, so I'm having to comment over the top of this video after it's actually been made. So I'm doing that now, having already recorded it. I'm watching back as I talk. Now, what we're going to do is we've used these loads of combinations of different woods in this build because it's meant to be like a wooden hut, wooden hunter's hut, and then we've got the roof, which will be our cobblestone. Now, in this episode, we only look at making the sides of the build and one other little surprise, which I'll leave till later on in this video, and we'll move on to doing like the roof and the entrance and that sort of thing, and decorating the inside in future episodes. Now, this is a huge build, but this is the sort of thing I wanted. I was looking at all the things that I've got down on my list, and a lot of them are quite similar what people have requested that I build in this series, but Golden's really stood out, Rocket, sorry, really stood out, and this is the sort of builds that I want you guys to be asking me doing. This isn't an easy build, and this isn't something that's really straightforward like the pixel art. Admittedly, I chose to do that, but I was following a guide. I knew exactly what I was doing, and everyone will know what I'll come up with when they request that of me. However, with this build, I could have made anything as long as it fit the theme, and that's what I really like about this series. You guys can give me any theme that you want, and I have to go away and build it. Now, just putting in the final pillars here for our build, and at this point I'm quite happy with the build. Actually, it's looking pretty good. It does look a little bit basic, and I don't know whether to use that slab work all the way around or whether to block it out in some places. The slab's just a little bit different to using windows. Now, if you're new to Minecraft or don't know a particular large amount about building, I actually, when I was, well, about a year ago now, I was playing it on the PlayStation, on the PS3 or the PS4, one of the two, and I had like my build, and then I had water coming down it, and I was like, oh, I should put glass in because that'll look pretty cool to have the look, you'll be able to see the water out the window straight away and stuff like that. But then I put slabs down, and the slabs actually stop anything getting through. I don't know about skeletons. Skeletons might be able to shoot you through the gaps. I don't know that for sure. But seeing we're not using this series as a survival series, that doesn't matter too much. This is for decoration only, of course. And putting those slabs down, it just looks really cool. It's the same with the fences that I used in my eco series, which the video was out a couple of days ago now, and you'll be able to see that. And that looks really cool with the fences instead of windows. This looks really cool with slabs instead of windows. Now, I know I've put the slabs together there as opposed to putting them apart, but if you put them apart, it actually looks really cool as well. Maybe that's something we can do on Hunter's Adventure or something like that. If you want to see that sort of form of building, let me know, and I'll definitely show you what I mean in a future episode. Just finishing off the skirting of the house now. Now I'm a little bit disappointed that you won't be able to see that what wood is it? Acacia wood? I can't remember. The orange wood. You won't be able to see those logs, which is a little bit disappointing because they are pretty cool looking logs. Maybe we could use that for the floor. That'll be a future episode. We'll be popping that down. I keep putting the wrong planks down here. You can tell they're a lot darker, so I have to go back. I delete them, and then I put them back in again. But I think those two walls are probably the walls that will be used for that. I set the time to day again, just because building at night can be really annoying, especially with noise. You get a lot of noise from like zombies and stuff like that. It gets a little bit annoying. Now, here is the surprise I was talking about. We decide to build a chimney. Well, the first point was really I wanted a fireplace, so I start digging out this area here, and that's where the fire pit is going to be, and I needed to make sure the house didn't get burnt down. So I was putting in some wood, and then I thought, wait, that's going to burn, so I needed to change it into brick. So I eventually decided I'm going to put brick, but at this point I'm thinking, you know what, I'll do it in a future episode, but I couldn't wait. I had to get this done. So we go in, we get ourselves some stone brick. Now, I did think about using polished andesite or using chiseled brick, but I don't know, it just didn't sit well with me. I don't think it would have looked very good. So, I mean, I think do I put it down? No, I think I just changed my mind. We just go stone brick. I think too much of the chisel brick gets a little bit too much. I know that, for example, Vicstar123 absolutely loves this stuff. He uses the chisel brick a lot, and it looks really good in his builds, but I just didn't think it would suit this build as such. Every time I think of a woodcutter's hut or a hunter's hut, I always think of like stone brick, wood, stony cobble and that sort of thing, which is this build all over. It looks really good, especially when you look at it from this angle. Once the chimney's built, I'm really happy with the way it looks, but I think that needs to go a little bit higher, so I'll pop a couple more on, a couple more layers, and then at this point I think I need to round that off. It looks alright with just that actually, but I decided to put some cobble stairs around it. Now, if you had heard what I was saying whilst I was building this, I was basically like, look, this doesn't look good. No, okay, I'll put another. No, it doesn't look good. Still putting it, doesn't look good. No, don't like it. Still putting it down. And I kept putting it down even though I was saying in my commentary, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. But I think it looks alright by the end. But if there is any other suggestions for this, please let me know. Because from a long way away, that still looks pretty cool. But I really want you guys to pop in some suggestions for that one, because I wasn't too impressed with it. Now, this is when it turns into a bit of a dilemma, because I put this down, which is brilliant. I think that definitely needed brick in there because you could see the grass, it just looked messy. And then I delete this. I'm thinking, right, okay, what are we going to do here then? So I get myself, obviously the same as our balloon build, I get myself some netherrack, sorry, and then I put in the flint and steel so that we can light it and make a really cool fire, which is, it just looks really good. So I put that down. You can't really see that from a way away, and then you put that, and it just looks brilliant. And I really like that as a fireplace. And I decided I'm going to put some stairs in there just to round it off, and this makes it also look very good. But this happens, guys. We start catching on fire. I'm like, what? Where's this coming from? So I need to get some slabs, because I'm thinking that the flames are kind of burning whatever's above me. So I put slabs across here, and you can't see them, but they do cover up the flame. I think it stops the flame going up to those wooden logs up there. However, I'm still not convinced. I think one of these catches fire again. Yeah, see, it catches fire again. I'm like, how's this happening? So I decide to put in pillars up to the top, taking out the wooden beam, and then I put in some extra stairs, and that turns out to look really cool. I think you'll agree that looks pretty good there. And that is basically the end of this episode, guys. If you have liked it, please give it a massive thumbs up. Any suggestions for future episodes on this build, please put them down in the comments below, and also share like crazy so that we can get as many people watching this series as possible. If you want your build made, pop it down in the comments, and I'm definitely going to get around to do all of them. I love doing this series, and this is one that I definitely want to keep doing far into the future. Check out all the other videos on the channel, but for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one, with a microphone turned on this time.